This is a quick video on using the web system for the Web Wednesday series by the National Council of Entrepreneurial Tech Transfer. In using the system, the audio is through a dial-in number with password, and you can use a regular phone or a speakerphone. For the visual part, there's two screens or two frames. One is a presentation screen on the left, and the second is a dashboard on the top right. The dashboard originally comes as this kind of default. If you look at this part on the top right, you can close my details by clicking on the X on that pane. You can close the webinar info by closing on the X on that pane, and you should open the question and answer tab or pane by clicking on the triangle on the left hand side. And here is where you type in questions for the speakers that'll be answered during the latter part of the session after the presentations. And it's just regular typing. And then you just enter send, and that'll go to us, and they get queued up, and we'll answer some or all depending on how many we get. You can use a full screen or a partial screen with the system. This is the partial screen setup. You can use a full screen by pushing on this button on this tab. And that'll open up the screen. If you do that, you might want to minimize the dashboard, and you do that by pressing the other button on the tab. You can do the same thing a couple of other ways. View allow you to go back and forth. Or this button in the top right hand side. This button minimizes the whole system. You have to press on your Windows tab to bring it back up. And this undocks the control panel or the dashboard, and you can move it around from side to side or however you want to move it to get to your programs. If it's moved somewhere else, if you just press that docking button, you'll get it back in the top right hand corner. You'll probably want the partial screen set up. That's probably the best way to look at this. But you can use full screen, minimize the questions, minimize the dashboard until you want to ask questions, and then just bring it up when you're ready to ask your question. You can enter questions while people are speaking. That won't bother anybody, and they'll just get queued up, and we'll address them when we get to the Q&A session in the latter half. So you can minimize this to see a full screen. Either way will work just fine. When you want to end, you just either go to exit and leave the webinar on the file pull down, or you just press the big X at the top. If you close everything off and you need to see your panels again, just hit the default under Tools, and you can open up whichever of the panels you want. Again, it's the Q&A that's most important. Thank you so much. See you at the session.